My dear students, you are most welcome to this session. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. This is myself. I'm Dhruba Shangkar, lecturer English, Digraj Degree College, Mongla, B.hat. Here is my mobile number, and this is my email address. Now, subject identity, subject English past paper for class 11, duration 45 minutes, and the date. Our today's topic, Unit 5, Lesson 2, Folk Music. Before entering into the study of the text, we would like to know about the learning outcomes from today's lesson. You, the learners, will be able to define folk music towards the end of this lesson. Then you will be able to learn the synonym of some important words. You will be able to know the characteristics of folk music. You will be able to mention different types of folk music. And also you'll be able to make a flowchart about folk music. Okay, and towards the end, you will be able to summarize the lesson. Okay, first, the definition of folk music. Folk music in Bangla, Loko Sangit. Folk music consists of songs and music of a community that are not influenced by any sophisticated musical rules. Okay. It is a type of ancient music which springs from the heart of a community based on their natural style of expression. And it is the combination of folk song, folk dance, and folk tune. So, mixing song, dance, and tune of the common folk of our ancient time, it would be considered as the folk music. So, আমরা সংজ্ঞাটা দেখতে পারি, ফোক মিউজিক গঠিত হচ্ছে এমন একটা কমিউনিটির গান যেটি কোনো আর্টিফিশিয়াল বা সফিস্টিকেটেড মিউজিক্যাল রুলস দ্বারা তৈরি নয়। তো ইট ইজ এ টাইপ অফ এনশিয়েন্ট মিউজিক, প্রাচীন একটি মিউজিক ফর্মস যেটা আমাদের সাধারণ মানুষের হৃদয় থেকে নিঃসৃত। ওকে, সো ফোক মিউজিক is the music of the common people of our country. Okay, characteristics of folk music. Folk music is composed and performed by illiterate or semi-literate people. Mind it, it is generally performed, not the eternal rule. Okay, folk music is composed and performed by illiterate and semi-literate people in general. It is composed by rural folk on the basis of ancient rules transmitted orally. This song can be sung in groups or individually. It is spontaneous expression of easy language, local dialect, and simple tune. This is very important. এই গানটির অবশ্যই স্বতঃস্ফূর্ত একটা এক্সপ্রেশন বা বহিঃপ্রকাশ থাকে বা কিসের ইজি ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ, ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ ইজ ভেরি ইজি, লোকাল ডায়ালেক্ট, আমরা আঞ্চলিক ভাষায় এই গানটা দেখি, শব্দগুলো আঞ্চলিক ভাষায় আছে এবং সিম্পল ট্রিয়ন, সুর খুবই ইজি, কোনো ক্লাসিক্যাল সুর নয়। সো দিজ আর দ্য ক্যারেক্টারিস্টিক্স অফ ফোক মিউজিক। It is an explicit manifestation of the joys and sorrows of daily life. আমাদের ডেইলি লাইফের যে সাধারণ যে আনন্দ বা দুঃখ বা বেদনা, তার স্বাভাবিক বহিঃপ্রকাশ আমরা দেখে থাকি এই ফোক মিউজিকে। It uses simple and natural rhythm, very simple and natural rhythm. আমি একটু আগেও বলেছি এখানে কোনো কঠিন বা ক্লাসিক্যাল কোনো সুরের ব্যবহার নেই। Very simple and natural to them. It varies from region to region. What is this? Maybe the local tune and local language, local Bangla language of Rajshahi differs from Satkira or Khulna or that of Borishal or that of Chittagong or that of Sylhet or that of Mymensingh. Okay, I mean it. So it varies from region to region. That is tune, কথার ধরন, কথার বিভিন্ন ভঙ্গিমা, এটা এক অঞ্চল থেকে আরেক অঞ্চলে ভ্যারি করে। আর এই অঞ্চল ভিত্তিক আমরা ফোক মিউজিকের অনেকগুলো ফরমেশন পাই, পাটিয়ালি, জারি, মুর্শিদি, হাওয়াইয়া, বাবু, বাউল। ওকে, and here of course tribal song is also important here. Tribal song is a kind of folk music. It reflects the culture of different tribes. উপজাতিদের যে গান, এটা এক ধরনের অবশ্যই ফোক মিউজিকের মধ্যেই পড়ে, কারণ এর মধ্যে আমরা তাদের বিভিন্ন প্রজাতিদের যে সাংস্কৃতিক কাজ রয়েছে, সাংস্কৃতিক চর্চা রয়েছে, তার বহিঃপ্রকাশ পেয়ে থাকি। And is written in their own dialect. তাদের নিজস্ব আঞ্চলিকতা দিয়েই এটা তৈরি হয়ে থাকে, লেখা হয়ে থাকে। It is an outcome of constant interaction of Bengali culture with their own culture. আমরা যারা বাংলাদেশের সাধারণ কমন পিপল রয়েছে, আমাদের থেকে আদিবাসীদের কিছুটা ভেরিয়েশন, পার্থক্য, চাল চলন, কথাবার্তা, আচার ব্যবহার, পোশাক পরিচ্ছদ, এভরিথিং ভ্যারি করে। তারপরেও তারা মেইনল্যান্ডের মানুষের কালচারের সাথে অনেকটাই এখন ইন্টারমিংলিং হয়ে যাচ্ছে। সো their songs would be considered as the folk music too. And now on the basis of these very sayings or discussions, I would like to ask you several questions. And of course, you know better, for your better information, I told you in my last class that you must prepare yourselves for today's class on folk music. And that's why the text is already read out by yourselves. And that's why I have set forth several questions for you here. What is folk music? What is folk music? I have already told towards the opening of my classes, beginning of my classes, what is folk music? How is the tune and language of the folk music? Write down the synonym of the following words. Before that, what is folk music? Folk music is the spontaneous expression of the common people, and it is written by the literate or semi-literate people of our country. Okay, how is the tune and language of the folk music? The tune and language of the folk music is very simple, lucid, and spontaneous, because through these, their sorrows and joys of daily life are expressed naturally. Okay, write down the synonym of the following words. Community, sampradaya. Okay, community, sophisticated, officer. Illiterate, nirakshar, uneducated. Region, locality. Okay, so community, a group of people. Okay, these are the meaning, synonym of the words here. Now I have set forth a flowchart for you. You know flowchart because just a couple of classes ago I have completed a flowchart. Actually, I discussed flowchart for through as many as 3 or 4 classes. Okay, I think 3 or 4 classes. So you, so far as I saw, you are and you have been very familiar and available with making flowcharts, okay, and answering flowcharts. Here, I have set forth a flowchart on the theme of characteristics of folk music. Make a flowchart mentioning the characteristics of folk music. Characteristics of folk music. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 boxes are given here, and the number one, I think number one should be given by me. That is having simple diction. The number one, characteristics of folk music, having simple diction. The first one is given for you, and the structure of the first point is having easy diction. That is structured by V1 plus ing. So mind it, you should keep this very structure in your memory. That is, the first one starts with V1 plus ing. Okay, so you should follow the same structure in the box number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so my dear students, you must not do any wrong. First one, having easy diction. So next, being sung by illiterate or semi-illiterate people. Okay, number two. Yeah, this is also helpful for you. That's why I have already helped you by giving the hints of number two. So in the same way, you would and you should and you have to complete the boxes number 3, 4, 5, and 6. And of course, completing these very boxes, you must send me over your messenger group, which I created long ago, and you may also send me these very answers through email. Okay, and of course, my email number is very available to you, and that's why this is the what number one. Okay, thank you. And evaluation. Next, summarize the lesson mentioning the important points of folk music. So I like to request you to write a summary of this very lesson today on folk music. In this very writing, you may keep the points, key points in your memory. That is, what is the folk music? That is definition of folk music, characteristics of folk music, important, the name of important folk musics in Bangladesh. Okay, and a finishing line. That is a conclusion. That's all for a summary on folk music. Okay, this is the work number 2. Next, name 5 types of folk music sung in Bangladesh. You know that Jari, Shari, Murshidi, Vawaiya, Batiali, Baul Gan. Okay, all are the folk music. Identify the parts of space of following words. This is very important. Okay, musical, musical, that is adjective. You may easily identify the part of space by noticing the suffix of the particular word, that is musical, al. Whenever al is seen towards the end of the word, it should be, with some exceptional, it would be an adjective. Ability, ity indicates a noun, ability, noun. Manifestation, tin or sin, it indicates that this very suffix indicates the noun. Individually, ly, that is adjective plus ly must be adverb, but if any ly is added at the end of a noun, then it should be considered as adjective. Okay, that is friend plus ly, friendly, must be adjective, not adverb. But slow, slow adjective plus ly, slowly, suddenly adverb. So this is important. I told you. Spontaneous, ous, the suffix ous indicates adjective. So I actually, along with you, exercised the very shortcut ways of identifying out of spaces, okay, with the help of suffixes. Thank you. This is the work number 3, and uh, first work, the flowchart. Next, summary writing. Next, several questions and part of speech of the words. And of course, I would like to add here, my dear students, you should make sentences with these very words. Okay. Now, this is the declaration of my tomorrow's class. Tomorrow's task is Unit 5, Lesson 3, Crafts About Time. This should be the class for tomorrow. Okay. And here, my book references, I would like to tell you, that is English for today for class 11 and 12. And of course, I have taken Google and Google search. From Google search, I took some elements, and it would be better if we could enjoy folk music. Okay, but for some technical problems, I should quit now. Okay. Okay, my dear students, if you need any more explanations or any more tips or helps, of course, you are welcome at any time over my mobile number, and you may connect me through my mobile number, or in your messenger group, or any other social networking system. Okay, and just before ending my class, I would like to tell you that we are fighting against COVID-19, and this is a serious pandemic. Actually, people all over the world are actually very fearful about the would-be situation and the current situation of this very serious disease, serious virus attack. So I would like to request you, so far as you can, you should remain within your residences, stay home, stay safe, and of course, the rest is upon the Almighty. So, of course, I request you to pray for me, and of course, I will pray to the Almighty for your safety. So, that's all from today. Thanks a lot for your nice cooperation. Okay, my dear students, please don't mistake to maintain the rules of health. Okay, thank you very much.